Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. Why did I set it so quiet? To be so quiet. And why is it taking so long? Hello, person. How are you? I actually haven't asked that, even though I've been messaging you earlier today. So, I think I've done everything. Oh wait, I shall just message Anne. Alright, so I've asked Anne if she wants to join in. I have a feeling she'll probably won't. It's good to hear that you're doing well. Alright, once I just need to make sure that I'm leaning weirdly. Reset position and hope that I don't change it too much, or like, we'll do it again here. Alright, so... Okay, so... Hello, this is Generic Fool's Test. I'm about to take on a Monster-Ock. Oh boy. How will I be able to handle it? Now, let's see. Okay, beginning the game. Continue. Wait, what? Why is it not? Okay, I was about to say, oh boy, looked like all my data was gone. So now that you see why I called it and had the misleading thing, because literally it's like Spidey versus Monster-Ock. Indeed. Also, I realized it didn't create a save state before the thing, so I had to hope that it's saved exactly before that. Alright, let's continue.
You are a born loser, Cletus Cassidy. Like I told Mysterio, no one can control the symbiotes. No one I've met, anyway. Take a breather, Spidey. It's over. Well, just another day in the life. Whoa! What the? Is that Ock?
I'm gonna put on my arm brace. Because my hand hurts a bit. Now it's time to do the running part.
This is gonna blow.
You know, I thought taking on a Monster-Ock would be a bit more exciting. But so far, it just seems like I do a lot of running.
Gold. The vent goes up here. I need to press R1 to zip line up quickly.
I just can't get this Monster-Ock off me. Oh my god. Monster-Ock. I'm sorry, I might have mispronounced that. Oh.
Whoa! Keep swinging, Spidey.
But yes, can I get this Monster-Ock off? I mean, off me. Yes, completely. I'm sorry.
This thing's unstoppable. Stay away from me! Get closer to the surface. Level 3. 2 more to go. Pressure's really building.
The hardest part is that the little rubber part on the end has come off of my controller. So basically I'm just sticking my finger on the bare plastic underneath. Or whatever the material is.
Back off! Level 2. Almost there.
Oops.
Golden.
Oh well, at least I got the comic. Oh no. So that means I won't need to collect it again.
You are a born loser.
Skip that part.
This is gonna blow. I gotta get out of here.
The only hard part of this is basically the you want to collect the items.
The vent goes up here. I need to press R1 to zip line up quickly. Let off. Spidey.
Man, this is kind of rough on my thumb.
This thing's unstoppable. Stay away from me.
Sorry, there's not exactly very good commentary.
Getting closer to the surface. Level 3. 2 more to go. Pressure's really building.
The little analog stick is digging into my
Taking down my
thumb.
neck. Back off!
I don't know, it's sort of funny with my controller. Like, most of the buttons are actually pretty responsive, except for, you know, the button I use for swinging on the web. apologize if the clicking sound
Level
is
1.
too annoying.
On the home stretch, baby. Think I might make it.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
Move it.
I've done it. Oh no.
Oh no, Ock. After all that, it was the symbiote that saved Ock.
What about
You've gotta be
Cassie?
kidding.
Cassie's dead?
Perfect end to a perfect day. Huh? What the?
Captain America?
It's a good thing Black Cat gave me a call, son.
Looks like just in time.
Hey, Spidey, can you get us Captain America's autograph?
Oh, brother.
Punisher, do you have any threes?
Go fish. So nice of you to join us for once, Spidey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was out saving the world. Beating you guys at cards ought to be pretty easy.
I have beaten off the Monster-Ock.
To save you.
I
Look
mean...
who's talking,
oh.
Daredevil. You've
Oh,
been
no.
looking at my cards all night.
I don't need to look at your cards, Punisher.
You're blind.
Your bluffs are so obvious.
Okay, okay. Let's keep this a nice, friendly, clean game.
Who keeps inviting
Literally,
this
you would
guy?
not see this in modern day
You
things.
guys keep
With,
it
or kids
down.
games.
Hey, loosen up, kids. I'm on fire.
That's the Human Torch. They're not literally just showing a man burning.
Time out. All of you guys were working together, and you still couldn't take down Spider-Man.
It's not my fault. Doc Ock's plan was horrible. Everyone knows you can't control the symbiote.
Hey, wait! So, I'm a rhino, you're a scorpion, and he's an octopus. What's a Mysterio?
So, Rhino, you got any threes?
Hey! Hey, I got a bingo! Ha ha! You guys think you're so smart, but I won! Ha! Who's your daddy, Doc Ock?
I don't know.
Ha ha ha! Victory
Wait,
is
what posted that?
mine! You're always laughing at me, but who's crying now, huh? Ha 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 ha! Wait a minute, I made a mistake.
It's awful nice that they allow all the villains to be in their costumes, which give them powers. I guess I'm going to check over the data to see that. Or is that the end of the game? Did I literally just tap? What? I did not see that, but it sounds like something that they would probably put in. Ah, the black suit. So, this is rather awkward. My stream has ended prematurely. I'm sorry. I thought it would go a little longer, or maybe I'd actually fight, you know, the Monster-Ock. But no, it didn't. It just came around, rushed around a little bit. There was a bit of excitement, but then it prematurely, and no one was happy. Reno, I read that as Rhino Romero. That's stupid. Sorry. Oh, Jennifer Hale. So in addition for just, reusing Black Cat for Mary Jane, they also used the same woman to voice the two women. Such disrespect. So that's just something that people would do, to take advantage of, save time, Because, you know, one of the reasons why games these days take so long is when they try to make different body types. You actually have to design it. Because making sure that they all work. It's one thing if you know you build a slider system. But, like, well, I'm not going to bore you with game design talk. Because I'm worried I'll turn into complaining about modern gaming. I will say one thing, which is sort of stupid person. Did you hear about the game the head of a company who on a video said like, "Oh, thanks for liking our game. You know, when we're told to, we wanted to make this game. They wanted, like, by the company who owned the power to make this game, that we wanted to make games like I remember back in the, like, you know, old Xbox era, where games were just fun. We weren't trying to force something down your throat. We just wanted to be a fun game." And then a bunch of people were just like, "Oh my god, the anti-woke statement." And it's just like, shouldn't the game be about being fun and not about pushing an agenda? Saying you like to have fun while playing games is now a hate crime, apparently. And then on top of that, a bunch of, like, games journalists are, like, going to the company like, "Is this the real account of your president? With his terrible statements that he made? The terrible racist," and, like, you know, just like, oh my god. Seriously, like, game journalism has almost always been sort of a joke. But more recently, it is, calling it a joke, jokes can at least be funny. And out of curiosity, since I've now beaten the game, I'll now check cheats. I guess a nail for this game. Cheat manager. I'll do this. I won't save because that could cause me to lose data with corruption. And then let's see, walk through. See through anything. Shadow Spiderman. Let's see, spec gallery. Yeah, well, you know, it's one of the problems with, I believe representation is important, and I believe that, you know, everyone...
Peter Parker's alter ego.
Oh, well, that you should be able to, like, you know, feel comfortable expressing yourself. But the problem I have is with the people who are supposedly championing the message. I mean, they're poisoning the well. And they're just whining. Like, all the time, they're just like, if you don't like our product, don't buy it. We don't need you. And then people are just like, okay, sure. They go on with their life. And then when their product comes out and almost no one buys it, they're like, the bigots and haters. It's like, you're specifically telling somebody to not buy your game if they don't like it. And then you're complaining because no one's buying it. And then on top of that, all these people act like, oh, you know, it's so hard for my life. But then you look into almost all of the people who are complaining the most, and it's like, oh my God, they came from like a wealthy family. They had all the, like, the Star Wars, I think it's the Acolyte? I don't know, I can't remember. But the recent one where, you know, there was a weird lesbian space coven. And, you know, there was the actress who played twins. And people, they were like, they're racist against me because I'm black. Like, woman, you are half white. Her father is a very, very rich white man who got her that position through nepotism. if these people really cared about, you know, spreading like messages and supporting the black community rather than, you know, supporting only rich black people, they would go to, you know, poorer areas or areas that were less well off and then, you know, try to find talent there. But no, it's always, you have no idea how many struggles I had to deal with because I'm being black. And you look at them and it's like, as I said, it's like, oh, I was adopted by white people and lived in the lap of luxury for my entire life. Now, to be fair, being, you know, facing prejudice, you can face prejudice regardless of your income level. But having tons of money, while not a solution, makes something infinitely more bearable than being poor and then suffering the consequences of, you know, having to deal with the biased financial aid system. Me and several of my friends are all in very poor financial situations, and yet I'm the one who manages to get on financial aid successfully while the others have been trying for years. First attempt for me, I got onto financial aid, which I'm not going to complain about financial aid, that's something else. But it's also just really sort of not right, in my opinion. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if there's some criteria that, you know, outside of being not black, which, you know, my friends who are having trouble getting financial aid are African or African American. But, you know, there's just like that. But either way, I will stop this rant.
Peter Parker's alter ego, the amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's wall crawling and web slinging, combined with his super strength and amazing agility, make old Webhead one of the most spectacular superheroes around.
Also, I will say one other thing, my complaint. Even though I've complained about woke things, like, the answer isn't to jump to conservatism or to the, you know, being like...
This isn't the bank?
No. It just says stuff after a while. I don't know. I've watched some channels I used to like, and now they're basically just going all in on all of the stuff that... I appreciate when they call out, you know, the, like, crazy woke people. I'm not talking about people who do normal stuff, but the people who are just like, all men need to die. But, you know, the answer isn't just like, you know, trans people deserve their own rights and they deserve to feel comfortable with who they feel they are, but, you know, just...
Golden.
Whatever, I'm not going to talk about that.
Our mild-mannered, highly intelligent, sometimes
Oh, yeah,
neurotic
they did
hero
something.
of the game.
AMZ Fantasy 15. What?
Peter Parker's alter
guess.
ego, the amazing... Felicia Hardy,
Oh,
also known as the Black Cat,
Oh.
is one of Spidey's...
The Amazing
Peter
Spider-Man.
Parker's alter ego, the
Or
amazing,
Amazing is amazing,
Spider-Man.
I guess.
Spidey...
Black Cat.
Our mild... Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, is one of Spidey's few friends
You know that?
who knows his true identity.
Oh my god. Her
Hey,
face.
Spider.
Jesus. What was her... Her abs look like a carton of eggs.
Hey, Spider-Man. Come over here. Thanks, Spider. Whatever.
Now reformed, Dr. Otto Octavius is using his scientific knowledge for the good of humanity.
This cake is small.
one of Parker's photojournalistic rivals.
Oh my
Brock
God.
blames Parker for his bad reputation as a reporter. Add one alien symbiote, and you've got Venom.
Guys don't have...
Not too friendly indeed.
I'm sorry, are those shadows over his eyes, or are those his eyebrows? Just because if those are eyebrows, that is, yeah. Sorry. Man, those things are like weapons. Jesus. Oh. Oh, sorry. Just, I realize I can do things like...
Peter Parker's alter ego, the amazing... Our mild-mannered, highly intelligent, sometimes neurotic hero. Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, is one of Spidey's few friends who knows his true identity.
Spider-Man! I'm so happy to see you! Spider-Man! I'm so happy to see you!
Okay.
Thanks, Spider.
Now reformed, Dr. Otto Octavius is using his scientific knowledge for the good of humanity.
Checking out
One of Parker's photojournalistic
some of them do stuff and then
rivals.
others don't. Like...
Not too friendly indeed.
Oops, sorry, Bank Vogue. Let's see.
Doesn't he know that crime doesn't pay, especially with Spidey around?
Ah, the Jade Syndicate.
Shut up.
JJ.
Old JJ is Peter's boss at the Daily Bugle. Unfortunately, one of his main goals in life is to prove that Spider-Man is a menace to the world rather than a hero. One of Spidey's most powerful enemies, Scorpion's hatred for Spidey, is only overshadowed by his hatred for J. Jonah Jameson, the man he blames for getting him stuck in his armored Scorpion suit.
Sorry about that. Oh, yeah.
Caused by the same accident that blinded him in youth, Matt Murdock's extrasensory powers give him all the advantage he needs to fight crime in the seedy underbelly of New York, otherwise known as Hell's Kitchen. Ah, New York's finest.
Is he like brothers with the regular Thug, the henchman? Because I mean, while the eyebrows aren't as prominent, they are most certainly noticeable. Huh? To be fair, that's because of how
Or
limited.
maybe this is New York's finest. Rhino's thick polymer matted suit gives him his extraordinary strength and makes him virtually impervious to physical harm, as well as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, an essential member of the Fantastic Four and also one of Spidey's closest superhero friends.
Yeah.
Sorry we can't help you, Spidey, but we're taking care of Mole Man. If you do need help, meet me at the usual spot later.
Oh man, Mole Man. Just
Sorry we can't help you, Spidey, but we're taking care of Mole Man. If you do need help, meet me at the usual spot later.
That's just sort of funny.
Easily one of Spider-Man's greatest foes of all time, Venom hates Spider-Man so much that he will do almost anything to ruin his life.
Brain.
Lizard Man.
Leftovers from one of the Lizard's sick experiments. The Lizard, product of a twisted experiment gone wrong.
Mary Jane.
Ah, Mary Jane, Peter
Yeah.
Parker's lovely wife.
Actually, no, she is different then. I have to apologize. They actually went through the effort of making her look different from Black Cat. Or making the proportions different. Wait, did they? Let me check. This is for science.
Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, is one of Spidey's few friends who knows his true identity.
No, actually I can't tell. The problem is posture.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Posture and
Mary Jane, Peter Parker's lovely wife.
Oh, they just do the same thing. It looks like from this distance, it looks like her nose has been ripped off. And it looks like her eyes are bloody. Jesus, she looks like a ghoul. Doesn't look much better closer up.
Symbiotes. These twisted beasts so vicious, they could only come from one place.
Wait, huh?
Ah, Mary Jane, Peter Parker's lovely wife.
Oh, she's thinner, so.
Quentin Beck, also known as Mysterio, Master of Illusion.
You're no match for me? You're no match for me?
So he doesn't change his animation, they just
I've got you now, little...
They just basically have him say annoying
Frank
shit.
Castle fights the seedy side of the world as the Punisher, with a vigilante-style justice.
That face. Jesus. People talk about representation. Well, yes, while all women at this time were usually portrayed as being attractive, I mean, look at what Mysterio is. Mysterio is considered to be, like, not physically adept or very skilled. And look at that. How's the average man supposed to compete with him? Mysterio's supposed to be like a wimpy loser. And Jesus, look at those abs.
I believe it's me.
The not-so-reformed mastermind behind this insidious plot, Doc Ock.
I still think his arms sort of look like Slinky's.
Ha! Nice try, Spider-Man. But now you died.
A sick and twisted combination. The symbiote offspring of Venom with the serial killer mentality of Cletus Cassidy make Carnage one of the deadliest villains of them all.
What color do you bleed?
My stereo.
The hideously grotesque, superpowered symbiote Doc Ock.
Why does he have the rhino's feet?
It's not over yet.
America.
An Avenger and an icon to people everywhere. Captain America is the definition of a true hero.
But what's about his ass? His ass, it's not caked up. Justice for Captain America's ass. That's America's ass. Wait, they really put the Submariner in here? God, really? Namor! Well, I didn't think we'd end on the Submariner. That's, comic collection. I thought I did pretty terribly, but I did not do as badly as I thought. Collecting almost half of them is not bad. This image in particular, the McFarlane Silver. Well, this Spider-Man. Okay, well, this is, yeah. I was about to bring this. The new collector's item issue. There are multiple different colorations of the webbing and background for this. Because this is when they started trying to make comics as collector's items. So there are different colors, and this McFarlane is the one who did Spawn, if I remember correctly. But, you know, after a while people were like, well, you know, I just like reading the comics. Why is it that each one has to be a collector's item? I mean, it makes sense when you know it's been around for a long time, but let's see. Peter Parker, the spectacular Spider-Man, fighting the Human Torch, I guess. The Frightful Four, before they became the Sinister Six. Spidey goes cosmic. Oh. This is the one where, oh yeah, this, as I was going to say, he becomes, I had forgotten the name, but literally it says here, he becomes Captain Universe, who is stupidly overpowered. In a few seconds, he can basically, I think he was only Captain Universe in his universe for a few seconds, but with that few seconds that he basically had time manipulation and all that other stuff. And cosmic warping, and there's a reason why Spider-Man doesn't usually have that stuff. Ah, this art. Yes, but then there's also the Mary Jane who appears in the, like, is it Tobey Maguire? Yeah, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series, where she keeps hitting on Peter even when she's dating other men, and she flirts with other men while she's with Peter, and it's just like, why are you fighting over this woman? And he starts treating her like trash in the third movie, if I remember correctly. But at the same time, it's kind of deserved. It's like, I am very clearly in a relationship with like, you know, this one person. I'm going to kiss this mysterious guy hanging upside down in a, like, blue and red jumpsuit. Oh, Mysterio. Those hands. Oh my god. So weird. The Punisher. A lot of people don't misunderstand the Punisher. Mostly people who tend to wear shirts or things that have his symbol on it. The Punisher does not view himself as a hero. He views himself as a killer. In one issue even, he saw that there were police officers who wore his symbol and killed criminals. And were like, we're inspired by you, Mr. Punisher. It's like, you're a corrupt cop. You're supposed to be doing things through proper you're supposed to enforce the laws and be a part of justice. And then I can't remember if he kills them or whatever, but the point is he's not doing what he's doing to be idolized or trying to make some kind of movement. He's basically just a crazy gunman. Who will identify himself as a crazy gunman. Kraven the Hunter. Also, I have to say, out of all the Marvel heroes, Spider-Man is the one that you really don't want to piss off. Because, yeah, he makes a ton of quips all the time. But if he's wearing the black suit and he's not making jokes, immediately surrender. Do not fight him. Just, Spider-Man has super strength. And, I'm going to get into a little bit darker territory. There is a thing which technically what his clone did first. But after someone brutally killed his clone after it reformed, yes, I know comics, of course, he did it to somebody else. It's called the Mark of Cain, because that's the name that his clone took. You know how Spider-Man can, like, you know, latch onto walls, right? Well, the Mark of Cain is when Spider-Man or another spider person puts their hand on somebody's face, applies their ability to, you know, cling to walls to said person's face, and then uses their super strength to pull back, leaving a handprint and a mess. And that's referred to as the Mark of Cain. And Kraven's wife got that from Spider-Man, Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Because Kraven and his family decided to, they were just going to kill Spider-Man and everyone he cared about. And, well, you know, only one, Cain got killed. But at that point, Cain was seen, like, had sort of reformed, and Spider-Man sort of saw him as a brother. And realized that the reason Cain died is because, you know, he wasn't being hard enough on Kraven and his family. So Spider-Man went all out. And of course, like most people who are just like, I'm so tough. No, I'm sorry. Like, literally tortured people like Peter cared about. But as soon as, like, Spider-Man was being serious, like, no, you're a hero. And like, no, you're gonna die. Ah, the old Vulture design. I am an old man with a green wingsuit. I've got feathers on them. I am a serious threat. Ah, yes. The first appearance of the Vulture. Peter Parker, in an attempt to make money to support himself, and Aunt May comes up with an idea to photograph his actions as Spider-Man and sell them to the Daily Bugle. Jonah generally thinks Parker is in cahoots with Spider-Man, getting the scoop on all the good fights for a percentage of the money he makes off the photos. I mean, it's the first appearance of the Vulture, but they kind of like, yeah, absolutely. Also, back then, Spider-Man had the wing armpit cape, as you see. Like, you can sort of see it, like, around here. Not here, though, but weirdly. It sort of comes out when they want it to. And the famous thing, the famous comic where you see him do the lifting thing, where they basically replicate the scene in every single movie that they make, or almost every single one, where Spider-Man uses his strength to lift up something of immense weight. Another black like the black costume, symbiote costume. Yes, from Secret Wars. And here's more of the armpit web cape. Amazing Fantasy 15. First appearance of Spider-Man. Also the first appearance of Aunt May, Flash Thompson, the burglar, and the death of Uncle Ben. In this issue, Spider-Man learns what it means to be a hero. That with great power, there must also come great responsibility. And so a legend is born. You know, the sad thing is that Stan Lee was not a faultless individual, because oftentimes he appeared in things that he didn't really develop for Marvel. So there's a lot of stuff where it's treated as if he was the creator of a lot of everything Marvel did, which is not the case. However, despite being so iconic to Marvel, it's sort of sad to learn that Stan Lee was snubbed by Marvel. They're like, oh, if we'll give you these things, and then like, okay, and then he did stuff for them, and then they were like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Fuck you. I mean, it's too late now, but game covers. Ah, yes. Wall Street crashes. The bank heist. The sting of the scorpion. Wait, what? Oh, for a second there I thought he had like six. I thought he had a six-fingered claw for some reason. But no, it's his shoulder pad. His shoulder pad looked like an additional thing. Rhino's rampage. It's kind of funny because they made the Black Hat look a lot more, not quite as buxom. I can't remember the term. But you know, it almost looked like she could be a thin man. Trans representation in early Spider-Man games. I do not want to know what he can do with that tongue. Buxom? Yep. 1 second. With private window. Yeah. What? Okay, well that's. Buxom, like there. That's the term.
Buxom. Buxom.
Buxom. Okay. There we go. Yeah. You don't often hear that term. Oh. The invasion. Oh my. It's from behind with the clamps. How kinky. Storyboards. The amount of stuff that was in old games was really interesting. Like, as you can see, they had all these extras. Oh, there's only, like, yeah, there wasn't much. Scorpions here. What? Okay, that's it. There's no more frames. Scorpion attacks. It's just flopping around. That's an interesting shape they chose for the tip of that. Get him, officers. Yeah. Get him. Get him. Get him. Ah, as I said, Black Cat's butt was an important plot point. Look at that detail. And there's a scene of Rhino practicing his proctology, amateur proctology, with his face on Black Cat. Yes, indeed. Venom's challenge. Wait, did the Human Torch appear there? I don't remember. Nah, that's awful. Face off. Into the sewers. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to drag out time. Spidey attacked. Venom defeated. Well, I didn't expect to, beat the whole game in 15 minutes, so I'm just taking my time showing extra stuff. The symbiotes. I'm trying to remember if it was in Spider-Man 2, for the PlayStation 1, that they started having the really sarcastic guy do the tutorials. I forgot his name. He was the main character of, Ashley Williams in The Evil Dead. The Imposter. My favorite. Warehouse 65. It's just 4 numbers away from a interesting one. It's so interesting that the Punisher is just like, I'm going to kill Spider-Man. Oh no, he webbed up my gun. Spider-Man goes up to him, I didn't do it. Frank Castle's like, okay. It's like, Frank, I mean, come on, man. You're going to kill him and then you're so easily dissuaded? Then maybe trying to kill Spider-Man was not the thing to do, my dude. I hate that term. Or the one that used like that. The masterminds. Carnage attacks. Probably the easiest boss fight in the entire game. No. Oh no. No, I've been hit and falls off. Yeah. It's kind of like, I'm going to get a bit graphic, but there was a story of a girlfriend who stabbed her boyfriend like 50 times or something like that. And she may have tried to make him less of a man, if you're guessing, if you can understand the context behind that. The reason she did that was because she saw a woman's name on his phone. But because she never asked, she didn't know that it was his cousin. And of course they were like, well, you know, it was, to be fair, I thought he was cheating on me. And I have heard and seen some women who go, well, you can't be too careful. And it's just like, maybe before you reenact a slasher movie, you make sure that you're getting angry at somebody for the right reason. Yeah. Yeah, that's just something that happens. Not exactly. Yeah. Right. I saw somebody else came in right now. I've actually beat I beat off the Monster-Ock. It was a very short battle. I would have thought that Monster-Ock would have been more thrilling and long-lasting, but unfortunately, he ended up it ended early. It was unsatisfying, and yeah, that's took 15 minutes if I'm including the startup and how long I was setting up everything at the start of stream. Very exciting. I'm now just going through various other things and talking. That's a very interesting position to put Black Cat and the Human Torch on. I would not want to get that close to somebody who's literally on fire. Also, I wouldn't want any female friend I know to get close to the Human Torch. Do you know why Dr. Doom hates Johnny Storm, the Human Torch? Person? Or whoever is here? The answer is rather simple. You see, the night before Dr. Doom was going to get married to his wife, Johnny Storm fucked her. Ah, yes. Block the bot blocking. But yes, and basically admitted it on the wedding day, which, as you can imagine, is not exactly a good thing to do, especially since he was actively cheating on his own wife by literally fucking Dr. Doom's fiancée. Out of the Fantastic Four members he does not like, that is one of the hatreds that is more legitimate. He hates Reed Richards because of a stupid reason. And I shall tell you that reason. You see, in college, they were basically roommates or something. So, I mean, maybe not exactly, but I'm not going to give you the full deep dive, because if you want that, you'll find much better information online. But anyways, Reed Richards briefly looked over some calculations that young Victor Von Doom made, and was like, oh, your numbers are slightly off. It would be better for you to go over them again and fix them, or something bad might happen. At which Victor then said, fuck you, Reed Richards, my calculations are right. And then he did the experiment and it exploded, horribly scarring his face. And then he was like, this is your fault, Reed Richards, damn you. which, that's always great. They can't exactly figure out whether they want to make Doom a villain or a hero, because one, he does a lot of petty stupid shit. I mean, I'm picking that particular origin story for the Mask and not the dumber other one. I will now tell you the stupid alternative origin for Doctor Doom's mask. Now, you see, in this one, he made his suit using technology and magic. And when they, in this version or in this universe, he had finally finished the mask. And he was so excited to try it out, he put on the mask when it was still molten red from coming out of the forge. And it burned his face. That is a story that was written. Which, that's just... Ooh, the edge. But really, if you think about it, that's just dumb. It's just like, Dr. Doom, why don't you just wait a few seconds? I promise. It would be nicer for you to not have this mask basically welded to your face. Though, old Marvel is sort of wacky. Old comics are wacky. Did you know that there were team-ups between DC and Marvel? Well, if you do that, it might break. Or did you know that by superheating metal and then freezing it too quickly can cause it to shatter? And there's some games that even use that as a mechanic. But yeah. So now that you have lingered on the image of Black Cat getting her buns toasted by the Human Torch, now we show the other people where, Spider-Man, the Captain America, and Daredevil, along with the Punisher, are playing poker, which is interesting because, back then you could just have them do whatever the heck they want. But now that they're trying to make things a bit more realistic, I don't think Captain America and the Punisher would ever really stand next to each other without Captain America trying to take him down. Oh, and I guess that's the picture that you were saying about, like, it's a girl in a bikini with the Green Goblin's helmet or something. Or some green helmet on. The Lizard's also there, which I guess the Lizard was supposed to make an appearance. And what is up with this face? I guess I'll check the last movie just to see if I can find that thing. The finale. Let's go.
Oh no, Ock! After all that, it was the symbiote that saved Ock. You've got to be kidding.
I mean, you look at Dr. Octavius, I mentioned earlier, like unreasonable body standards.
Huh?
I mean, every person in the Marvel Universe is basically ultra buff. Even Dr. Octavius, he doesn't even work out. He has arms do everything, the little arms do everything for him.
Spidey, can you get us Captain America's autograph?
Oh, brother.
But,
No.
sir, do you have any threes?
Go fish. So, nice of you to join us for once, Spidey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was out saving the world. Beating you guys at cards ought to be pretty easy.
Your spider sense won't save you here. Look who's talking, Daredevil. You've been looking at my cards all night. I don't need to look at your cards, Punisher. Your bluffs are so obvious.
Okay, okay. Let's keep this a nice, friendly, clean game.
Who keeps inviting this guy?
Hey, will you guys keep it down?
Hey, loosen up, kids. I'm on fire!
Wait, hold on. Time out. All of you guys were working together, and you still couldn't take down Spider-Man?
It's not my fault. Doc Ock's plan was horrible. Everyone knows you
That's
can't control the
a
symbiote.
very weird.
Hey, wait!
hold on.
So, I'm a rhino, you're a scorpion, and he's an octopus. What's a Mysterio?
So, Rhino, you got any threes?
Hey!
All right, we have seen the thing. Anything else? I guess we'll check the costumes. Symbiote costume. Symbiote Spider-Man. The Scarlet Spider. Yeah. Ben Riley. Oh, this was supposed to be sort of like his part of the edgy period. No, he believed he was a clone. 1 second. Out of curiosity, I'm going to enable all costumes. There we go. And now I'm just going to turn that off. I don't think I'll be playing this again on stream. I'm just trying to drag out content. But let's see. 2099. So, how does he look compared to his more recent in the Spider? Oh yes, that ass. But in the more recent appearance, let's see. This is Miguel. Captain Universe, Spider-Man. He's coming at you. Why is there a ball on his bulge? It looks very weird. Spider-Man, stop showing your ass. Spidey Unlimited. Invisibility. Or turn it off. It will not work on bosses. Of course not, because that would be too strong if it did. The amazing... Oh, they actually have it. The Amazing Bagman. There was a time when Peter Parker could not be Spider-Man. He still had his powers, but he was trying to hide the fact that he was. So because he's friends with the Fantastic Four... Or yeah, he was on the Fantastic Four for a while. Well, I think a few times. But basically, he decided to... Oh. Wait, why? I blocked him. What the heck? I did ban. I banned them, but for some reason they are not disappearing from my thing. What in the world? That's strange. Normally they disappear when I ban, or at least on my end, it's well, there's two. I saw two ban evaders, and I banned them. But either way, sorry, but yes, regarding Spider-Man, regarding the Amazing Bagman, basically he couldn't decide to, not be Spider-Man, but he still had his powers. So he appeared on the Fantastic Four or as a member of the Fantastic Four wearing one of their costumes, and then just put a bag over his head. And then ran around with them. The Scarlet Spider, which we saw, Ben Reilly, Quick Chain Spidey. No Spidey belt. Can only hold a maximum of 2 webbed cartridges. So this is basically a hard mode character. Peter Parker. Does he also have it? Because as far as I can tell, there's only a few that actually have like real effects. Oh, a bunch of them only can carry 2. That's not great. Invisibility. Well, yeah, of course, because the Captain Universe Spider-Man is basically invincible. Yes. Yes, indeed. Rare. It looks so weird. Yeah, there are various cheats you can enter. So, actually, you know what? I guess since I'm not going to play this again, I guess I will unlock. Wait, the cheat manager is. Wrong thing, sorry. Cheat manager's there, so I guess. Enable all characters, enable all movies, enable all comic collection. Enable everything. Everything. I guess we'll just check this to look at them. So, like, The Amazing Spider-Man #1. This issue, and actually first I'm just going to check something quickly. Let's see. Ah, yes. Anne didn't respond to I'm streaming now, but she did say, the Wonder Boner is so weird. Person knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'll get to that after this. After I finish checking the comics. This issue features the first appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, the Daily Bugle, the Chameleon, and John Jameson, who later became the Man-Wolf. Became the Man-Wolf. In this issue, Spider-Man tries to join the Fantastic Four. Canonically, before Spider-Man was a part of Marvel, he tried to join the Justice League in the DC universe, but Batman denied his entry. Weird comic lore that doesn't really apply anymore. The Amazing Spider-Man #200. Double-sized issue. Mysterio fakes Aunt May's death. The truth behind Uncle Ben's murder is revealed, and Peter faces the burglar without his powers. The burglar who kills Parker's uncle, Ben, is... The burglar who kills Uncle Ben... Jesus, reading. I can totally read. The burglar who kills Parker's Uncle Ben dies fighting Spider-Man in this issue. Because Spider-Man actually kills people in the comics, which you might not realize that. Spider-Man can actually be rather brutal in the comics. Spider-Man #1. The Death of Captain Stacy. This issue tells the story of the death of Captain Stacy at the hands of Doc Ock. Why do they spell it like that? Well, I guess it allows me to make the joke Monster-Ock, which I've been milking. I've been milking the Monster-Ock all this stream. Okay. Going a bit too far with that. Captain Stacy was the father of Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man's first love. Gwen was killed by the Green Goblin back in issue 121 and 122 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Which of course gets confusing with the continuities because it's just like Spider-Man #1, referencing back to issue 121 of a different Spider-Man comic. Yes, that was totally on purpose. And not an accident. Yes, I was trying to blue ball you. I mean, I'm sorry about that, everyone. That's really stupid of me. But yes. And then there is Amazing Spider-Man 25. This issue marks the first cameo appearance of Mary Jane Watson. Aunt May attempts to set Parker up on a blind date with the niece of her friend, Anna Watson. Peter is already dating somebody, though. MJ is shown only briefly. It's enough to make Peter's current girl feel very uneasy. I mean, yeah, if you're dating somebody and then their aunt is like, oh, there's this nice girl. Aunt May, I'm dating somebody. Keep your options open, honey. It's like, no, no, Jesus, don't do. Anyone who says that is, that's not the right thing to do. If you're not happy with a relationship. Yes. Behold, the original Scorpion and his splendor. The era in which every superhero was in their pajamas. Yes. The first appearance in Oregon. Reading, I swear I can do it. The first appearance in Origin of Matt Gargan, the Scorpion. And in an effort to rid the world of evil the evil Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson pays Gargan to undergo an experiment that will give him the attributes of a scorpion. As a side effect of the mutation, Gargan's sanity steadily erodes, transforming him into an evil psychopath with a hatred for Jameson and Spider-Man. Also, I actually have to back out of every single thing. Yeah. And behold, the original Daredevil costume. It looks like he's wearing a one-piece swimsuit over a yellow bodysuit with matching gloves and boots. This stuff is just so silly. The Amazing Spider-Man 16. First Daredevil appearance in Spider-Man. As a teenager, Matt Murdock was struck in the eyes by a material from a radioactive canister while saving an old man from being hit by a truck. Blinded by the incident, Murdock found that his senses had been magnified to superhuman levels and that he had acquired a radar sense, more accurate than human sight. The Amazing Spider-Man 39. The Goblin managed to trap... The original Goblin wasn't that... It's sort of goofy, but not exactly. Not as goofy as some of the other stuff. Managed to trap an unmasked Spider-Man. Thinking he has defeated his foe, the Goblin then reveals himself as Norman Osborn, the head of Osborn Chemicals. Spidey is able to break free, and in the ensuing battle, the Green Goblin is caught in an electrochemical explosion. As a result, Osborn suffers partial amnesia, and Spidey's secret identity is safe once more. Spider-Man 400, The Death of Aunt May. After 400 issues and 30 years of watching out for Peter, Aunt May passes on. After suffering a heart attack, Aunt May slips into a coma for a brief time. She awakens. And in that time, she reveals to Peter that she has known for some time that he is Spider-Man. A few hours later, Aunt May passes away. Yeah, that happens. It's sort of weird how canonically powerful Peter Parker is, and how sometimes people with regular strength can get the jump on him. Amazing Spider-Man number 14. The first appearance of Green Goblin. Norman Osborn, head of Osborn. To be fair, since you have to normally pick these up in game, you might get one without the other, so. On the Mask of the Pumpkin Bomb Green Goblin. This issue also features the appearances of the Incredible Hulk and the Enforcers. At that time, Enforcer did not have as negative as a connotation as they do now. Awful used to be nice. Because, you know, awful was full of awe. But after, through the progression of years, it's changed. First appearance and origin of the Rhino. The brute who would become the Rhino was a small-time muscle man who worked for professional criminals. He was the subject of an experiment to develop a superhuman assassin. Through chemical and radiation treatments, the Rhino was created. Well, we saw that one. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, number 76. In this exciting issue, a gang war erupts and Spider-Man and Black Cat get caught between Dr. Octopus and the Evil Owl. I'm sorry to say, but I do not know who the Evil Owl is. Wait. Actually, I think I might remember something. I think the Evil Owl might not really be I think he might not actually be a real dedicated Spider-Man villain. He might have been just somebody who appeared to get into a fight with Doc Ock so that Black Cat could be nearly killed. And then Spider-Man goes on a rampage and Doc Ock has to sort of deal with that. Or I think that's what I read about, or what I've read. Secret Wars! Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. The first appearance of the symbiote Spidey suit. After a titanic clash with the collected supervillains on Battleworld, Spidey's costume is left in tatters. Spider-Man uses alien technology to create a living costume. The costume is later discovered to be a symbiote. A parasitic, well, not really parasitic, it's more symbiote, well, depends on the state of mind of it. Of the Clintar, the parasite member of an intergalactically feared alien race. Number 229, as the maximum clonage story line draws to a close. Peter and his clone, the Scarlet Spider, face a new Dr. Octopus while trying to find a cure for the radioactivity in the now pregnant Mary Jane's bloodstream. Oh yeah, that storyline. Yeah. One of them, basically, Spider-Man almost kills Mary Jane because apparently his man eggs, as I'll call them, are radioactive. So each time he has fun times with Mary Jane, she gets radiation poisoning. And it happens enough to where apparently she got cancer from it. Isn't that a fun storyline? And that is indeed a thing I said. The Spiders win, but Peter now decides it is time to start his own family, and without Spider-Man. Exit Peter Parker, and enter Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider. Yeah, or actually I didn't read this one. By Todd McFarlane, yeah. With the introduction of Calypso, an evil witch that used voodoo magic to fulfill her plans. This issue also marks the Lizard's return to comics. Torment was one of the more gritty, memorable Lizard-related stories to be told. Kind of looks intimidating, but also the red and blue is sort of like that. Dynamic Peter Parker's Spider-Man #1. Dynamic Forces, the exclusive cover. This issue features the first appearance of the Ranger. The issue shows Parker's taking picture of a jailbreak being foiled by Spider-Man. Someone else has taken to wearing Spidey's costume, but isn't doing a very good job. Peter Parker's Spider-Man #1, reprint version A. Spider-Man series relaunch. This issue features the first appearance of the Ranger. Still don't know who the Ranger is. The issue shows Parker taking pictures of a... Wait. Peter Parker Spider-Man #1. Reprint version B. They have two versions of the same comic. That's interesting. The Spectacular Spider-Man #158, where whenever humanity is threatened, the Enigma Force chooses a champion, in which to grant the nearly limitless powers of Captain Universe. This time, Spider-Man is chosen, but an accident interrupts the transfer of power, leaving Spider-Man with cosmic power, but none of the awareness of Captain Universe. The Amazing Spider-Man #6, the first appearance and the origin of the Lizard. Dr. Kurt Connors is a scientist in the field of am I saying it wrong? Recombatant genetics. Is it combatant? I mean, I thought that was what it said, but I wanted to make sure I pronounced it right. Hoping to restore his missing arm, Dr. Connors develops a serum based on lizard DNA, thinking that a lizard's genetic, well, you know, if they picked the axolotl, which would have made more sense because of how they can basically regrow any part of their body, even brain tissue, he'd be a lot less threatening. Or the planarian. Ah, I see. On the time, for those who see the chat, person has been showing me Bald Danganronpa plushies. So, are you buying the plushies and then scalping them yourself, or are you just showing pictures of other people's handiwork? Well, one of them was weirdly cute. The other one looked like they were staring into the depths of my soul. And I was afraid, it appeared to be, I was being found lacking. So, you know, it's just like okay. But yes, yeah. No context. But, yes. This works. The experiment works too well. He's transformed into the mindless, rampaging lizard man. We read that one. I thought for a second they had Mary Jane twice, but I'm guessing... No, there was one Mary Jane. Sorry. It's Amazing Spider-Man, number 100. The 100th anniversary issue. In this issue, Parker again decides to give up on being Spider-Man, and to that end concocts a potion that should strip him of his powers. He takes a potion which ends up mutating him even further upon waking from his state of delirium. Peter discovers that he has grown 4 new arms. I will spare you that image. In some of them, he also has a spider head. Baldchis. Baldichis? Sorry, I'm trying to read my chat, and I'm like, what the hell? Spider-Man tends to quit being Spider-Man very often. It was dramatic the first time, but since that, yeah. Amazing Spider-Man, number 50. First appearance of Kingpin. People that he is trying to help are afraid of him, and Aunt May has been sick for some time. This pushes Peter Parker to give up being Spider-Man again, whose absence does not go unnoticed, particularly by a gang leader named Wilson Fisk. The world would later come to know him as the Kingpin of Crime. Person retype the thing again. What is it? Name. And Ichi. I mean, you just typed the same thing again. Baldy Chris. Yes, Baldicris. Indeed, I will pick that. Baldicris. Absolutely. I'll ignore the thing that you said specifically how it's supposed to be pronounced and just keep saying Baldy Chris. Ichi is not a word. I don't acknowledge the moon speak. Sorry about that. But yeah, fine. Fine person, I'll accommodate you. You have bald Ichi. Oh, it does actually do that. That's much faster. The first appearance and origin of Mysterio. Quentin Beck, special effects designer, grew tired of his backstage role. With the advice taken from a friend's joke, Beck decided to take out a new costumed crime fighter. He decided to target the then fledgling Spider-Man. You've seen this one. The first appearance of the Punisher, Jackal, and the death of the Mechanic. Frank Castle, better known as the Punisher, makes his first appearance as an assassin hired by the Jackal. The Punisher would go on to become a tough-as-nails vigilante, known for fighting bad guys using their rules. That image just looks so silly. Kraven the Hunter! The first appearance of Kraven the Hunter. Kraven, one of the world's greatest hunters, gained power by drinking rare and exotic jungle elixirs. Elixirs gave him the strength and speed of a savage beast, all the better to catch Spidey with. As you notice, back in this era, drinking potions, elixirs, radiation, and, stuff like that are basically how most people gain their powers. Spider-Man 2099. The first appearance of and origin of Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man of the future. Miguel O'Hara. Where's the webs and battles? Oh yeah. He had a web cape originally. I think. Where's the webs and battles against the corporations and disturbed citizens of 2099? What, you haven't seen that? Spider-Man's getting uppies. You know, the problem with this image here is that, yeah, the arms can lift stuff, but because of how, you know, this looks, Dr. Octavius's legs are taking the full weight of the metal contraption and lifting Spider-Man. I guess Doc Ock has to be strong. The first appearance in Origin of Dr. Octopus. Dr. Otto Octavius. Why is it they spell his name with an O-C-K if it's not... Did they just want to make it so that they could say like Monster-Ock? Like, really? That's so stupid. Field of research. Crafts a harness consisting of 4 mechanical arms that allow him to work with radioactive materials from a distance. There is an accident and Octavius survives, but his harness has become fused to his body. Thus, Dr. Octopus is born. Yeah. Dr. Octopus once tried to marry Aunt May to get her land that she owned that might have a secret base on it, or like or a mine with rare minerals in it. I can't remember what, but that was a plot point. Yeah, absolutely. Never mind. Like, I mean, like, are you kidding? After seeing this, I totally expect Dr. Octopus to be strong. Okay, first appearance of... yeah, actually I read that one already. Huh. That's an interesting sound. But either way, I think it's about time I stop the stream because there's not much else to do, and I've milked I have milked this Monster-Ock as much as I think I can. I mean, I already made that joke earlier, but whatever. So, I guess I'll start either streaming Spider-Man 2, or like, you know, the PlayStation version, or I'll start streaming another game. There's some stuff I need to finish doing before I go to work. You know what? Fine. Since you brought that up, Person, you don't have anything private listed, right? Okay, it's time for me to inflict it on other people. Well, actually, it's not that bad this time. Yeah, okay, I show a ton of stuff. Where's the thing? Okay. It's staring into my very soul! Oh no! Also, I guess because I still have some time, and I talked about the Wonder Boner earlier.
Okay. Who wants to clean and debone him? I'll do it. What gives? You want to do it? Just wait till you see what I've got. It's the Wonder Boner.
Don't worry, guys. I've got a Wonder Boner.
The Wonder Boner? Oh, you laugh now. Just watch.
You just assemble the Wonder Boner stainless steel rods like this. Take the fish, find the top of the spine, sliding through the ring on the Wonder Boner, and voila! The Wonder Boner. My wife would like that.
Introducing the Wonder Boner, the amazing
My life would like a Wonder Boner.
new fishing tool that makes deboning fish a breeze. The Wonder Boner's unique design removes the bones from trout, char, and whitefish. Simply connect the appropriate size stainless steel rods, start the spine through the ring, and push the fish through. It's that easy. And the Wonder Boner comes with a polyethylene storage case that doubles as a base and a cutting board. Why go through the hassle of deboning a fish the old-fashioned way when the Wonder Boner...
I do wonder if it's actually as good as it says, or if it's one of those cases of which, like, yeah, it does that, but it bruises the fish internally, making it not taste as good or something like that. Because outside of the name being ha 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 hilarious Wonder Boner, yeah, it's pretty, like, sounds very useful actually.
It makes deboning fish this easy.
Well, I think the Wonder Boner's a winner. So, Dave, when did you get the Wonder Boner? It's funny you should ask.
Order your Wonder Boner now. Call 1-800-310-3039 and receive the amazing Wonder Boner for just $19.95. The Wonder Boner comes complete with 3 stainless steel rod tops and 2 extension rods, and will debone fish up to 3 pounds. The Wonder Boner is the perfect gift for your fishing friends and your favorite chef. In fact, every tackle box and every kitchen should have the Wonder Boner. Call 1-800-310-3039 and order your Wonder Boner for only $19.95. 1-800-310-3039. Call now.
Because it is actually an ingenious idea. All right, and now it's time for your Johnson from the Johnson Boat Company.
You got your sunrise, you caught a prize, you're making your Johnson. Party nights, summer whites, your friends and your Johnson. Rooster tails, water trails, your kids.
You absolutely need therapy, person. I'm not gonna lie. You get some help. But yeah, no. Now that I'm done, like, throwing my most loyal follower under the bus, back to talking about Johnsons. My favorite subject.
Kids and your Johnson. Your Johnson. Water trails, your kids and your Johnson.
You, your kids, and your Johnson. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Saturday nights.
Sounds like a good time.
Distant lights, your girl and your Johnson.
You and your Johnson, a way of life for over 50 years.
Can you have a Wonder Boner with your Johnson, though? That's the true question, isn't it? But yeah. That's, ending with that terrible joke. Yeah. Thanks so much for coming by. This time I have to go for real because I need to finish getting ready for work. I'll lower the volume again. I'll see you all later. And today I should be able to do Space Marine 2 with my friend. Either way, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye for real now.